Gong of Doom. All right. We should be broadcasting. Boy, I'm very orange today. Color is.
Yeah, see, that's why I don't like wearing that shirt.
Yeah, it's like I am the sun.
See?
All sacrifices made to head hard had in small denominations or large denominations, doesn't matter.
Oh my gosh. Stop.
Just saying.
Stop.
Well, people can have sacrifices for what they have. I'll just take cash. It's awesome. I'm going to stop talking now.
About that anyway.
Hey, folks, how's it going? Welcome, welcome, welcome. GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast, Peyton pre-show.
Peyton.
As in Peyton Manning. The patron pre-show. Dentures are not sticking like they're supposed to. How's it going? Good to see you. All right, let's see what's going on. All right, things are going there. How you doing? Or are you eavesdropping? See, Miss Gionis is actually in the house, stopping on by for her little quarterly visit to pick up her mail and any other assorted. But she's still not cleaning out the room that she's been gone a year and a half. I think there's a clue there that she's going to be out for a while, so she should take the rest of her.
She's going to move again soon, so.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Doesn't matter.
So anyway, she's talking on the phone, and Amy's doing what every other mother should do, which is eavesdrop to see what she's up to, because that's what she does. So
that's what good moms do.
All the moms out there are going, uh-huh.
Yep.
So I'm just saying. So yeah.
I'm sorry. I'll put on my earphones when
I find it very. I find it very.
She came in and looked at me.
Yes,
I'm still listening.
Yeah, I just find it very interesting on that, because Miss Eunice is turning
21.
21, and just saying. I think
she went into another room. Thanks for giving me away.
Yes, but that's how it's going. But yeah, that's
Thanks a lot.
I'm sorry I took away your fun.
I want to make sure she gets it done okay.
Oh, she's fine. She takes care of everything. She's a very smart, independent.
Yes, she is.
20, soon to be 1 year old.
I just want to make sure she's.
Uh-huh. I'm sorry. Nosy.
Only when it involves what it is involving.
Ah. So yeah, that's
Boys,
how that's
I'm
went.
like, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Can't do a darn thing about it anyway, so
nope.
It's like, yeah, whatever.
Gave up on that.
Yep. Let's see. Good things. Prizes went out this week. Yay. We love it when they get them out. And again, sorry for taking as long as it did, but we can't send them out till we get the funds to do it. And so we got enough to get, I'd say 95% of them are out. There's one that's actually got 2 prizes going out to this particular individual, and that'll be going out in the next couple of days. So that's how that works. I am going to have to get my own coffee again.
Yes, you are, because you're taking up mine.
She's got Maxwell House. I mean, you go and you get the fancy schmancy machines that can do all the very cool different flavors of coffee, and
Don't make me tell them what you're doing.
Instant coffee, Maxwell House.
Get it? I'm thinking. Okay.
So she's having a combo, obviously. So yeah, that's how that goes with it.
Love you too.
Love you too. Be good. Stay out of trouble, please.
You gotta worry about.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
You want to see the list? I'm just saying.
Hey, my birthday's this month. Don't forget that.
Really?
So is Grayson's. He turns 5. You turn.
Older.
Yeah.
Just remember, after this one, it's all downhill, baby cakes.
The next one's 30.
That's it. Then it slides like there's no tomorrow, and it's like, where did all the time go?
Quicker and quicker.
Yeah. So have fun.
With that good news.
I'm giving you over the hill cake.
Oh yeah, coming soon. That is at 30.
Black streamers.
Yep. Little
Mom
Grim
got it
Reaper.
My mom got black streamers and a casket at 40.
Oh.
My dad built it.
Was that wishful thinking or what?
No.
Uh.
And we tied all our underwear together and short sheeted the bed. And
That's what you do for weddings.
oh my
You did that at her 40th birthday?
Yeah, her friends did, yes.
Okay. Wow, no wonder she's the way she is. I mean,
Greg
that's
got
why
so
she's that
upset
way.
because they were tying all our underwear together.
I would be too.
He was so sad.
Of all things.
Granny panties. I'm just saying.
And I'm
Ugh.
like, yeah.
Huh.
All right, honey.
I love you both.
Love you too.
Love you too. Be good.
Be good.
See you soon.
Yes, we'll
Okay.
see you.
See you next quarter.
Yeah, really. So there you go. That's what it's like having a 21-year-old coming in with issues.
Okay. Honey, we all have issues.
We do.
It's all good.
It's all good. But anyways, that's how
She
that
says,
goes.
what are y'all doing for dinner? I said, we have the show.
Yeah,
She goes, oh, when's that start?
in about 3 minutes.
20 minutes. She goes,
oh.
she's been out and she has forgotten the routine.
Yes, I know it. And it's sad actually, because I saw a picture of Miss Eunice and I when it was like 8 years ago on Facebook.
She was little.
And she was widower.
She was little.
And she was out there where she really was into geocaching. We were really into who could find it first and all the rest of that stuff. The competition was in. And plus she was my film crew for when we went out and did GeoSnippits videos.
Yes, I watched one of the videos and heard her giggling.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, there'd be plenty of those. We would do something and I'm trying to be serious about whatever we're talking, but she's cracking up in the background. It's like, they can't hear you. But that's how it goes. But yeah.
Funny.
But those GeoSnippets videos were a lot of fun. There were a lot of things that we had to do for that. We brought the cameras and the tripods and the for the microphones and all the rest of it. And I would go the night before and script out what we were going to go through. Not the whole word for word, but it would be multi-pages, kind of like when you do for a movie and you've got the storyboard of what it is, of what you're supposed to do.
I'm
so
not
you can keep
surprised.
track. I did that. I had like a 5 or 6 page, killed a lot of trees. 5 or 6.
And she went,
No, she was the one that's like, hey, Dad. But that was her job. And we would go through and, okay, I want to talk about these talk points here. We want to get shots of this there, and literally storyboarded all the GeoSnippet stuff. And we would go through and we'd drive to wherever the actual site was that we were going to work with. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. I have to admit, it was a lot of work, because just for a 8 to 10 minute GeoSnippet.
yeah, but that's you.
Well, I'm just saying the amount of work was give or take 2 to 4 hours, depending on how much it was prep time to storyboard and get everything to where it is. Whatever the amount of time was to go to whatever location we were going to.
Yeah, but that's something that's
Filming,
how you wanted to do it.
Yeah, filming took, 4 hours, 5 hours to get everything the way I wanted it. And then there was all the editing time after that to put it all together. It was a lot of work. I mean, that's the same thing. With Joshua, he's got it down to a science where he's got it on his little iPhone and can just do whatever he wants. But back then we were using video recorders to do all that fun stuff. And it took time to do this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I only put one out once a month. as opposed to Joshua who was putting out every week. It all boils down to how much he can do. And people go, well, wow, that's really cool doing that. How do you get all the content? And that's the thing. I don't know how. Joshua says the same thing to me with our podcast and the geocaching. So we do 2 live shows every week for, like I said, we've been doing this show for almost 5 years now. And geocaching podcast for almost double or triple of that. How do you keep coming up with content week after week after week after week? And I worry about the same thing with Joshua. Where do you get all this stuff? Because, of course, he does a lot of traveling. He'll sit there and he'll go through and he will travel from one spot to another with his job, and he can, pick up the geocaches that are in those areas while he's traveling. So that's a nice way to do it. But it's just amazing how a lot of people go out there, and it's just you go, and like they were saying, you learn to shoot what you need, and that's true. But when you're doing a tutorial, it's a little different than doing your geocaching hide. It's different styles on how you do it. For me, I've got to make sure a certain amount of content is in the video so that the people understand what you're trying to get across as a tutorial. Joshua has a little more freedom where he can go and do things more of an entertaining value for that, and that's what he does best. So yeah, there you go. That's a bunch of stuff that that it takes. I still, before I forget, I still want to have it with a couple of cameras in here and to go over all the prep work, doing the show, and then doing the post-production, and just showing how much is involved with doing a podcast and all the things that go on. So, people just don't realize that how much time in a week for whatever our love for our profession of what we do. And that goes for everybody, Podcaster and Daryl W4 and the gang and the rest of them out there.
Sonny and Sandy pre-record theirs.
Yeah, but still,
so,
you
but
gotta.
It is a lot.
They, even for
editing and
for an
stuff
hour podcast that they do, yes, they we actually get a little spoiled because when we record, we're recording live like this. The video part's already done for me.
Mm-hmm.
So that part's there, but you still got to get what content are you going to talk about? Any, visual stuff, because we do visual things on the video. They've got to get all their guests together and all the interviews they do and all the other stuff that they do. And all the podcasts that geocaching involved go through this. And it's just amazing the amount of work. But it would be, I think it would be kind of cool to show you a time lapse and just have you see all the stuff that we do on a week-to-week basis.
By we, he means him.
Yeah, well,
because I seriously just walk in and sit down.
Well, I honestly, I it's a full-time job. I would say very easily with the show, and all the rest of it. There's a good. That's why I don't get a chance to go out geocaching as much, because a lot of the stuff that we do, either for the videos or what have you, take up all that time. So yeah. Yes, and yes, we do actually bring all that stuff up during the meeting, but I'm just saying.
If he had one.
Just saying. So that's all part of the fun. I actually like the surprise.
I didn't see the meeting comments.
Like, yes. So it's like today, Amy had no idea what the show was about until she sat down and looked at the title.
I still don't know what it's. Oh, what is it about? I still don't know. I'm like, all right, we'll start talking. I'll be like, oh, there it is.
That's it. All right, a couple other things that are going on. If you have not heard about it, I will read this from you from Chris Ronan from Geocaching HQ, and it says, "Greetings, fellow treasure seekers. It's time to give you a heads up about Geocaching 2017 summer promotion. Spanning the globe and the 7 seas, all ages can enjoy geocaching in a fun new way this summer. The infamous Captain Mary Hyde is challenging geocachers to build a crew and claim the treasure unknown." I think that's one of the things that they're really pushing this year, is getting a group of people together. I think is the theme with this, getting multiple people. So you can do it by yourself. They even say that, but this year the word crew comes up quite a bit. Her ship, the Golden Cache, was the fiercest, and the bearded buccaneers and sea-legged sailors reported to her. Legend has it that she ruled the high seas for many years and found no shortage of riches throughout her reign. We've come upon a battered letter, and no, I do not want to scan at this time.
Welcome to my world.
Thank you, Windows. We've come across a battered letter found in a bottle on the shore near Geocaching HQ, which I said, ha,
You're landlocked.
You're landlocked. And then Chad went, ha, there's a river that's about 500 feet from HQ.
So, bam.
I don't think the bottle went from the sea all the way through.
But they're not landlocked.
Okay. Well, yes, you are.
Technically, there is water nearby.
That's debatable. Anyways, bottle found on shore near the Geocaching HQ with the infamous crest of Captain Mary Hyde. And they actually have a picture of it that you'll be able to see. It's a green bottle. It's very stylish. I kind of like that. And the sword. I like the sword.
I know.
Yes. Anyways, it seems that there is one last treasure yet to be found. Make your, Y-E-R, make your way through a 4-week souvenir journey to find the lost treasure of Mary Hyde. Up to 6 digital souvenir moments are up for grabs, and on geocaching.com is something new to be had. Now, this is going to go from July 15th all the way through August 13th. It's in 5 different weeks. I'll let you know what these are right here. July 15th and 16th, build your crew by attending or hosting an event. Why don't we do an event? Attending or hosting an event.
Because we have so much spare time.
And earn a souvenir. The more friends you have on geocaching.com, the easier it will be to keep sailing on. Now it gets intriguing. July 17th to the 23rd, though the treasure may seem far away, if you work together, you'll earn the first map piece one day. The pirates just didn't do well with poetry, but you get the idea. There's a pirate piece that you have to find. July 24th to the 30th, don't be afraid to take the lead to earn the next map piece. You already have everything you need. All right, July 31st through August 6th, when you work with a crew, earning the third map piece becomes easier to do. And then finally on August 7th through 13th, challenge yourself to earn the last piece, or else the search for lost treasure will never cease. So basically, they still got to work on that, timing of poetry, but you get the idea. You've got some map pieces to do. You've got obviously some puzzles to solve, and there's up to 6 different souvenirs that you can get by going through this. And I think it's a lot of fun. I give a lot of kudos to Geocaching HQ. They're not forcing you to go out and get out of your comfort zone and probably try some geocaches you've never done before, but they encourage it. Obviously, this one with the word crew coming up a lot means multiple people. Mm-hmm. So getting your crew together and having some fun, and I'm going to drink some more coffee. Mm-hmm. So it says here, visit the geocaching blog for more about Captain Mary Hyde and her lost treasure. And I'm sorry, I have to. Oh, you know what? I don't even have this up. I should do this. I'm sorry. I got to get my soundboard up here real quick. Let's see. Yes, that works. I just found it interesting about Captain Mary Hyde and her lost treasure. Very interesting things come to mind when I think of that term.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Blackbeard and his treasure and Captain Mary Hyde and her treasure are probably 2 different treasures. I'm just saying.
Yeah, this is geocaching.
I know. It should be fun. So anyways, I thought it was interesting. So find out about lost treasure, more clues, and forthcoming the coming weeks as the mystery unfolds. And that comes from as it says so nicely, yours in caching, Chris Ronan, PR manager, Geocaching HQ. Now, I wonder if
Keeping you awake.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I wonder if Cloak and Dagger is getting any royalties.
Yeah, that's a pretty good likeness.
That's a pretty good likeness of his logo. I'm just saying. But yeah, so there you go. Lots of stuff. Kudos to Geocaching HQ for all the stuff that they do to make it interesting and get you some summer activities to plan.
Yes, and I like this challenge.
Yeah. Well, of course, we don't know what the individual pieces are and what you got to go through.
It doesn't matter. I mean, they've gotten this thing together, and they're doing a really good job with it, and I like that. I think it puts some variety back into the game.
Yeah,
nice.
I mean, for a lot of people, it's it just breaks up the monotony. It gives you that little extra. You got a month to plan this out for what you want to do, so you got to schedule out your days there on what you're going to do for each one.
Okay, so July 15th and 16th is a Saturday and Sunday.
Okay,
which means I'll more than likely be working, and so will you.
All right, well, maybe we'll have to take one of the 2 days off and just do an event.
Okay, because the next weekend is Abby's birthday.
Well, yeah, but she's not a pirate yet. Oh, here comes the look.
No, she's only your niece.
See, this is where it goes. But that's the other part. So maybe she'd like to come with us and earn
the
first map piece. Take her on a little pirate adventure.
No, she does not want to do that.
Oh, I think she does.
No, Grayson does. His birthday is next weekend.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. So I can see people there going, yeah, we do it too. I'm just saying. Wow. I'm getting my souvenirs. I'm just saying. So
I don't care if you get your souvenirs or not.
Okay.
Your niece is more important.
Well, it's not going to disturb it. You got a whole week.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's 17th to the 23rd. That's one day. So we can plan around. This is what we go through. So I'm just saying, this is how it is. So yeah, lots of fun. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to go through and see what the different souvenirs are. Last night on the Geocaching podcast, we actually went through all the souvenirs, all the way back to 2010, that went over the different ones. Do you remember the 31 days of August?
Yes.
Or the
I remember the second one.
The 7 days of August and some of the other ones that they had. So yeah, so it was interesting, and I think they're coming up with a really good formula now without making it not too much work, and yet interesting enough to go out and try different things. So what do you think about stuff like that? Because I remember you when we were about 3/4 of the way through the 31 days of August.
I was done. It was like a job.
Yeah.
Like, I already got one of those. I don't need to do that. So
yeah,
it was like a job. I didn't at first. It was okay, but at first it was fun, but then it just got old.
Yeah, then we had to go out and get a geocache.
And we didn't have to, but you've already started it then, so you kind of want to finish it.
Yeah. So that's how that goes. But that's part of the fun. You got to at least try and do stuff so that it keeps it interesting, keeps it fresh. And kudos again to Geocaching HQ for coming up with the ideas each year.
Yes.
All right. Other than that, not too much going on. I was just looking over the blog, different things that they've got for things to do. Top 10. We already did the Geocaching Essentials. But Chipmunk with a GPS unit. That's interesting.
Don't lose the juice. Keep your GPS or smartphone charged when you're going for hikes far away from any outlets.
Yeah, because there is nothing worse than when you're out on a long hike on a trail system or without a trail system. And it's about like it is now. It's 8:30 or about to be 8:30 here in North Kakalaki. The sun's already gone down. Things are starting to turn dark. And if you're in a woods or something, things turn dark really quick.
And your battery's dead.
And your battery dies on your GPS or your phone or that flashlight, that trusty flashlight that you haven't turned on in 8 months. That's a bad way to go. you really want to have extra safety measures as far as having that extra battery and charger when you go on this stuff, because you don't know how dark it gets until you can't see.
Yeah.
So, yeah, interesting stuff. All righty, good stuff with that. Got a good show for you tonight. Are you ready? I'll give you a little hint. We're gonna have a surprise quiz tonight because didn't you hate that in high school or
Yes,
in school
I
itself?
hated high school, but yes, I hated the quizzes too.
Surprise quiz. It's like, oh man, really?
Yeah.
You test me? I'm just
High
saying.
school tested me, so really. I did not enjoy high school.
Why not?
I don't know, I just didn't.
You seem like you'd be the popular girl.
I was I was very quiet. I never said I know that's what everybody does when I say that. Now they do.
Quiet.
Yeah. I never said a word. I was scared of my own shadow. People picked on me all the time.
You didn't just punch him in the neck?
Now I would have, but
yes.
No, not then. I just sucked it up and took it.
Wow.
And a guy was messing with me on the bus one time because I rode the bus home.
Right.
And I had enough, and I told my mom about it, and she got him suspended for 3 days.
Wow.
And I'm like, 3 days? That's it?
That'll do it.
I didn't want to ride the bus because everybody picked on me.
Right. Wow, you had a rough high school.
Yeah, I mean, I spent my entire childhood being picked on.
Wow.
At school, except when I was in the younger grades, like middle school and stuff.
Right.
I had a bunch of friends.
Huh.
But yeah, moved to where I did high school, and it went to pot.
I'm sorry. All right. Well, that was interesting learning that.
Yeah, I had a few friends, but they weren't really. Yeah.
We'll have to go over more things about your behavior because it explains a lot of things. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
All right. So we need to move on. So
after
sit back.
That cheery thought.
I was going to say, thanks for bringing it down, baby.
Oh, well, whatever.
Need you to sit back, relax.
Is what it is.
Get your favorite libation, your favorite snack, your favorite psychologist to sit back on the couch and just listen to.
Oh, I'm good now.
The amazing and wonderful GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. Let's do this while we still can. All right, Sigmund, let's do this. Hello, and welcome. Welcome to the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. I'm your host, Andy HeadHardHatress, and I'm here with the wonderful, the delightful, the DeWitty, the slightly unbalanced wife, Amy.
You have no idea, man.
I'm just saying. Nothing but love, baby. Nothing but love.
Yep.
But, yeah, apparently she had a rough high school.
I did.
And
I mean, some of it was fine, but
I was the other way.
I know.
I was, go figure. I
don't know, but
I was a magician back then, so everybody knew me through the magic that I did. I was kind of the class clown for a lot of stuff. Everybody knew me. That's just how things went. I had my issues, but who didn't?
They're teenagers. Everybody's got issues.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, I didn't want anybody to know who I was, where I was, or I wanted to just shrink into the background.
A little shrinking violet.
And yep, but that was
then.
That was my high school.
Yep.
And things digressed after that.
All right. I don't know if that's good or bad. We'll just leave that
in a different direction, let's say.
Right there. All right. So anyways, we are recording live at the
It is not for this show, I can tell you.
GeoSnippits Reboot Studios in Raleigh, North Carolina. And it's June 8th, 2017. It is hot. We've got the windows open because it was actually cool enough that, the screening would not fry off by opening them up. But it was in the 70s today. So
Yeah, it
it
was
was
really
very
nice.
pleasant and nice breeze. Of course, the breeze is gone now,
Yeah, it's summer.
and the windows are still open, and now it's hot. So, but that's how it is. Excellent stuff.
Welcome to the South.
Yes, yes, good stuff. All right, excellent stuff. Trying to think anything else that's going
Yeah, I
on.
can tell that because you keep repeating the last phrase you said.
Do I really?
Uh-huh.
Do I really?
Uh-huh.
All right. So, anyways, I'm still working on high school. What interesting things happened to us this week? Not a lot.
No.
It's been kind of a dull week. I mean, it's one of those things. We work, we come home, we sleep, we get up, we go
And
back to
sometimes
work.
I work and drive and work and then come home and sleep.
Yeah, so that's pretty much been the way a lot of that goes.
Yes.
So not a lot of time for anything really.
Mm-mm.
Let's see. We do have,
We
and this
celebrated
is
my mom's birthday.
yeah, that was good.
Mhm.
That was good. It's always nice because we go to a nice restaurant
Yeah,
and
which is always fun.
yeah.
Dad pays.
that's also nice.
That's the good
It's
part.
like thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
We have a June contest, and I'll tell you what, I was very pleasantly surprised because I didn't know how people are gonna do with this. All right. So the way that this works is it's gonna run until June 28th. And then what you have until June 27th, which is that Wednesday, to get your entry in. June 28th, we do the drawing. For your entries, you can only do one entry per geocaching alias, and you're going to send it to gsreboot@gmail.com. That's GSREBOOT at gmail.com. On the subject line, you're going to put what happened episode 200. Again, what happened episode 200. You need to include your full name, your geocaching alias, your address, and a description of the very obvious thing that happened in episode 200 that no one caught.
If they didn't catch it,
If
they caught it, they didn't say anything.
And it's blatantly obvious once
yeah.
you realize what it is.
Yep. Once you start looking, it won't take you back.
We were actually, when we were doing things, we were waiting for the shoe to drop. We were waiting for
we
people
kept
to
waiting
explode.
and nobody said a word.
Not a thing. So we thought we'd
So,
turn
yeah.
it into a contest.
Yep.
Again, all entries must be in by 12 noon Wednesday, June 27th, 2017 to qualify. We will pick a winner, and the winner gets the last set that I have of GX Proxy's Pica Geocoin.
The series. Yeah.
And it's 3 coins. It is the gold, the silver, and the bronze versions.
Mhm.
And the proxy coins that are included. So you're actually getting 6 coins with this. And it's very interesting. Now you're going to need to go and check out the video on YouTube of GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast episode 200. You can skip if you'd like.
You don't want to.
You don't really want to, but
you
the first,
can if you want to.
the first 28-minute mark.
If you're short on time.
If you're short on time, yeah, because it's an hour and a half if you watch the whole thing. The first 28 minutes you can skip until the show actually starts, the actual podcast show, because the first part of it is the pre-show. You start at the 28-minute mark, and then you start observing and go from there. You will see some interesting things that you go, I can't believe I missed that. We can't either.
Why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you?
Yes.
Why didn't I see this before?
Exactly. Now, the way this works is if you send in as your description of the very obvious thing that nobody caught and just say, this happened, you get 1 entry that goes into the drawing.
Mm-hmm.
If you say specifically what happened and how many times it may have happened, and be very descriptive as far as what these items or things or places or whatever are, you get 2 entries into it. If you are a contributing member of the patron program and you're actually giving money, because you can turn that off over whatever amount of times that you want to give. if you are a contributing factor and are contributing money to us, you get 3 entries for that. So it gives you 3 chances at winning those really, really cool coins. And again, thank you to gxproxy.com for the wonderful things that they donate all the time to us. All right. The link for the YouTube video, it'll be in our show notes. And also, if you go to GeoSnippits.com, in the first entry at the top of the page, you'll see all the information there as well. So check it out, get your entries in, and I'll tell you right now, I was very pleasantly surprised. We have a lot of entries with correct answers.
Good.
So very, very cool. And good luck to everybody on that. That's a fun project. And again, we've got a couple more weeks to get them in, but the sooner the better. And that way you don't forget. So get them in. Good stuff. All right. So how can you watch the show live, they say? Because Andy and Amy, well, they're special. They're fun to watch. It's just how we are. I can't help it. To watch
Genetic.
It's genetic. Watch the live feed and join us in the chat room by going to www.geosnippets.com on Thursdays at 8:30 p.m., 8 o'clock for the pre-show. We also have all of our social media things. Are you touching me?
No.
Your watches, and it's affecting me. Let's try that
You're
again.
affected anyway.
We also have all our social media links, including for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because every time we put out a podcast, that goes right into your subscribe bucket. You don't have to go searching for it. It's right there waiting for you each and every week. Finally, we have our voicemail line where you can call in your questions, your comments, or suggestions by calling 919-341-9519, or you don't even have to worry about that. All you have to do is go to geosnippets.com or geosnippitsreboot.com, where we have all our past episodes. Click on the send voicemail tab, and you can use SpeakPipe to go through and give 3 minutes to tell us feedback, things that you want to talk about that we talked about on the show, your geocaching adventures that you're on, milestones, anything like that. Ask Amy a question. We love those. It's usually very comical when you do that. It puts her on the spot, and she's like, "Oh." So it's really kind of fun. So ask Amy a question, or ask me a question. I'll go "Oh" too. It's a lot of fun. The cool thing is, it doesn't cost you anything. It's free. So think about it and give it a try.
All right. And we do have feedback.
Yes, we do. This one's a good one.
It is a good one. It says, "Hi, Andy and Amy. How do you deal with differences in physical limitations when geocaching with friends and or family? I'm pretty much able-bodied, but my friends are not so much. A terrain of 2.5 is easy for me, but too difficult for one of my friends. I haven't figured out the secret to deciphering the terrain levels, especially when a local cache that requires walking through tall grass and one in the neighboring town has a steep incline trail, both listed at 2.5.
Right.
I feel bad when my friend can't make it to ground zero. I also feel bad for finding the cache because I probably wouldn't get another chance to find it if I called off the search on account of her physical limitations. Do you have any advice? Thank you. PJ Hugs."
Wow. Thanks, Paula. That was a very, very good question.
Yes.
And to be honest with you, you're not going to know
Mm-mm.
in many of the circumstances, just for that very reason. One person's 2.5 is another person's 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
I think the flag would be if the person has a limitation that maybe anything 2 and above is just plain too much for it, to not even attempt those particular ones.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
In that particular case, so that now the other way though, the person with the physical limitations, you can do other things. So if there's maybe one geocache that's borderline with that, maybe you do a bunch of them that are less than 2. So
Mhm.
that they get a full workout of going out and enjoying geocaching and feel a part of the group when it comes like that.
Mhm.
And then that one maybe say, "Hey, we want to check this out. If it's too much,
Yeah.
we'll
talk to
let you
her
know
about it and
Yeah,
say,
let them
see how
know.
she feels
Be honest.
about the cache.
Yeah.
Because if you're feeling bad because she can't go, she may not care.
Right. Because other people live vicariously through your actions.
Exactly. So you really honestly may want to have um, a conversation with her and just say, look, this is how I feel about this. What are your thoughts? And how can we go caching together that also makes you feel comfortable?
Exactly. Because let's face it, there are times where we have gone geocaching and there was some serious dips or terrain or places where she looked at me and went,
Mhm.
So, I mean, it's as
Sign my
simple as
name.
sign my name and go from there. So
I just take pictures.
I'm down at the bottom of the gully and she's there taking pictures and I'm like, oh, I found it.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. And they still feel part of it. And, you know, sometimes you can, if you can go and bring it back up to them so they can see what it is, so they can sign it and things like that.
Right.
There are
Yeah.
different things. Let's face it, there are ones for me personally. There's a lot with limited capabilities for me. You are not going to see this 300 plus pound man shimmying up a tree to get a nano in the branch. I mean, there's just certain things I can't do it. That's why you bring the daughter with you so she can shimmy up the tree for you. But I'm just saying, use the best judgment. The main thing is to keep the people safe, make sure that they feel involved with it, with the entire operation of it. And guess what? There might be times where you just have to come back and tackle it yourself.
And that just may be it. And you having a gentle conversation with her or anybody else,
send
her or him, whatever.
Yeah.
It will go a long way. I feel.
Yeah, set the understanding from the beginning so that, and like Amy said, they may not mind.
They may not, and they may be like me and say, "Oh, okay, I'll just take some pictures."
Yeah.
Or like he said, you could bring it back to them and let them sign the log, or however you guys want to do it. But yeah, having that conversation will really help, and friends understand.
Yeah.
And you being concerned is
awesome.
Is huge.
Yeah.
Huge. Very, very good.
Yeah, because a lot of times when we go geocaching, it's like, you first. And
well, I sent him through because of spiders, but you know, whatever.
So yeah, thank you, Paula, for sending that in. PJ Hugs, excellent question.
Yep,
good thing.
Very good.
And we love getting these. So please send into our feedback and just send it to gsreboot@gmail.com and just put feedback for your questions or comments like this.
Have her help out with the planning of the trip.
Absolutely.
And that will get her involved too.
Yeah, especially when it's like, okay, where's the next one are we going to? So she can get
let
involved.
her pick them.
Oh, absolutely. There's tons of things you can do for stuff like that.
Sorry. Anyway.
No, excellent
Things
ideas.
are just popping in my head. So.
Yeah, excellent ideas. All right, let's move on to our GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast geocaching poll of the week. And here's some of the results we got for this week. I'm going to bring this up for Wi-Fi.
I'm going to bring them up actually so we can see what they are.
Yes. And
there's Taz.
There you go.
In his tie-dye.
He's styling.
Right. He is styling.
Sick as a dog, but he's styling.
How many events do you host, participate with, or attend on an average year?
All righty.
And at 0%, 51 to 100.
Okay, so that must be the black hole. You're either doing up to 50 or
you're going all the way, or you're not going doing it
you're not
much at all.
Yes.
2% is over 100 events.
Well, that's a lot of events.
That is a lot. 21% is none. All right. Fair enough. 23% is 11 to 50. And 53% is 1 to 10.
You know, I've heard a lot of comments, and Brent put this in. I either host or attend an HNAG, HNAG, at least once a month, then probably 3 or 4 events in a couple megas. And that's a well-rounded. That's that's quite a few. There's a lot of them that they do once a week.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of them they do once a month. There's tons of the other ones that you can go through. Everybody's got their niche and what they feel comfortable with,
mm-hmm.
and go with that. So yeah, it's a really good question. Now we do this poll each and every week. We have information on geosnippets.com that you can go on the right-hand side that'll show you how you can connect through Google Plus or Facebook and every week we put a poll out, and really do appreciate all the geocachers that each and every week that it's amazing how many they go through and put their 2 cents worth in. And a lot of times a lot more than 2 cents, which we greatly appreciate. So excellent stuff. The newest poll just went out. You were driving home, so you probably haven't done it yet. So yeah, give it a shot.
You'll have to tell me what the question is so I'll know.
I got to go look it up. So you'll it's the one that doesn't have chat.
Oh, it has. Yeah. I actually did that one.
Okay. It
Yeah.
actually features Corey.
Yeah, I did that one.
Okay. It deals with pets. It's really
I wonder how our little friend is doing.
I don't know.
Our
Probably
little four-legged friend.
yes. That's another story. We'll open that
Probably
one up.
rotten.
Spoiled rotten.
As she should be.
Yes. All right. So anyways, Ed, we do our poll a week each week. And again, thank you to everybody who participates with it. We now have a collection on Google Plus that you can go and actually see all of our polls that we've done. We've got 90 some odd polls that are out there
Really?
right now. Yeah. Since we started it. And you can actually go to, we have a link in the show notes on how you can get to it, but you can go and answer to any of them. Just have a good time. There are so many different types of questions that are out there that you can answer. So have fun with it. Put your little 2 cents on anyone that you'd like. We'd greatly appreciate it. All right. Good stuff. Let's move on. Tonight's episode is brought to you in part by gxproxy.com and gxproxy.eu for our friends in Europe, for cachers serious about leaving their mark. And just to let you know, I did see in Facebook today, I believe it was, the warehouse.
That building's getting up
the
quick.
warehouse for gxproxy.com is up fast, and they were pouring the floor.
Yep.
So they're getting really close. I know they're itching to get back and get into things. So I'm very interested to see how things go with Beverly and everybody else involved with GX Proxy. So it's a comment. Good stuff. All right, sorry about that, hon. Go ahead.
Nope. Coinsandpins.com, the best place to get custom coins, geocoins, lapel pins, and patches made. Go through our GeoSnippits links and use the promo code HeadHardHat for a 10% discount. And FYI for our listeners, you can sign up for their newsletter to get notified of when new coins and patches are available for sale. We're also very thankful to all of our sponsors, and if you want to see more of their products, please be sure to go to our GeoSnippits websites and simply click on their logos. Not only do you get great deals, but it helps our program as well.
Absolutely. Yeehaw! Yep. HeadHardHat's quiz number 12, acronyms. GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast, episode 205. All right, I know you're going to have all these flashbacks to elementary school, junior high, and high school, where the teacher came out and said, surprise, quiz. And it's like,
see, that's what brought up my high school days.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, you said that. I'm like,
oh.
I didn't like high school.
Yeah, we won't digress because everybody started getting bombed out. At least I did.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's sad. That is so sad. But then again, when you're in a one-room school with a dirt floor and sheep out in the front yard,
I'm sorry you had to go
rough
through that.
for anybody. Just saying. Anywho, well, Apex and Carrie were not all that.
There were 5,000 people in Apex when we moved here.
Yeah. How many are there now?
Apex. Over 50,000.
Yeah, they might have expanded a smidge.
Yep.
Well, when you get voted one of the most great places to live in the
yes,
country.
let's all move there so it
everybody
can now
go.
be terrible.
Yes.
And overcrowded.
Yes.
Yeah, I won't live there.
Yeah. We digress. So anyways, HeadHardHat's quiz number 12, acronyms. So yes, get out your acronyms. And well, don't, because that's cheating.
Yes.
But I'm just saying, there are so many acronyms in the geocaching world that sometimes it's good to be refreshed, because there's some in this one that I
wish I was refreshed. It's hot in here.
Me too. So it's one of those things that I think we're going to have a lot of fun. So this is how it works. There's 3 rounds. So get your pencil and paper out. because what'll happen is after this is done, we're going to have a drawing. Not today. You'll have a chance to send your drawing in for next week. Somebody is going to win a coveted prize. And when I mean coveted prize, I mean
He hasn't figured it out yet.
I don't know what it is yet. So
Mhm.
it'll be cool. Whatever it is, you're going to win something neat if you get picked for the drawing. So what'll happen is we'll do the quiz. You'll send in your scores, any comments you say about the quiz, and out of your entry, you can only do one per person. We'll pick a winner and somebody will get something cool. So this is how this works. Round one, there's 5 questions in each round. In round one, the questions are worth 1 point each for 5 total points. We're going to go through each of the acronyms, and then we will go over for the answer so you can check what it is, and then just keep score. All right, so let's start this off. Everybody ready? Got your pencil and paper? This should be a lot of fun. Here we go. The first acronym is
Acronym.
acronym. Acronym.
Mina, mina, do, do, do. Mina, mina, do, do, do.
Now the Muppets come to mind. DT. What does DT stand for? You can do that the whole show?
I can.
All right. Number 2. What is, and people are going to go, what? Number 2. What is TF stand for? Again, for number 2, what does TF stand for?
I do what I can.
She does what she can. Number 3, please don't. I'm getting. Don't make me turn your mic off.
Mana, mana.
Ah,
Turned it off.
just saying. So number 3,
I'm not singing.
what does PI stand for? And it's not Magnum.
Oh,
Number
that was a
3,
good show.
what does PI stand for? Number 4, what does this acronym stand for? TN, LN, SL. Again, for number 4, TN, LN, SL. What does that stand for?
Mana, mana.
Number 5, what does TFT question mark stand for? Number 5, what does TFT question mark stand for? Now, these were the easy ones.
Yeah.
How do you think you would have done if you didn't see the answers right in front of you?
I would have had to think about number 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
You would have known TF.
I would have figured it out.
All right. Well,
I
let's see what the answers are for round 1. Let's do question number 1. What does DT stand for?
Difficulty terrain.
Difficulty.
Mana.
For number 2, what does TF mean?
I may not have known that one.
All right.
Thanks for the first to find, sometimes shortened to TF3.
Yes. For number 3, PI.
Poison ivy.
Poison ivy. Now I have the theme to now I have the theme to Magnum PI in the background of my head. Anyways,
I pictured him immediately.
the mustache. Number 4, TNL NSL stands for.
Took nothing, left nothing, signed log.
Yep. Number 5, what does TFT question mark mean?
Thanks for the mystery cache.
Excellent. Now we got all these from the geocaching wikia, which we'll give you the link to so that they made those up. We did not make them up. This is actually
I didn't even know what the show was about, so really.
on the internet.
Can't
Now
blame
these
me.
now, round 1's the easy round. How did you do? So we'll be curious to see how people do with that. Let's see. Let's move on to round 2, and we'll go from there. A little harder. Now the point system works on here. Five questions for round 2, and they're worth 2 points apiece, so 10 points total for round 2. All right. What does TFTE stand for? TFTE.
Tifty.
TFT for number 1. For number 2 of round 2, what does STF mean?
See, you added a letter U at the end.
STF. It has a whole different meaning. Wow. Number 3.
Just saying.
Holy smokes. I don't know what she put in her coffee, folks, but I want some. Number 3. What is bot, B-O-T, mean? That's a good one. I did not know
Left
that
off
at
row.
first. Number 4. You're not going to come to the parties anymore. Number 4.
Promise.
P-A. Wow. P-A-F. What does P-A-F mean for number 4? And then number 5, GPX. What does the acronym for GPX actually stand for? So they're a little more difficult. Do you think you would have gotten many of those?
1, 2, probably 4.
Really?
Yeah, and that's it.
All right, interesting. So let's go over the answers for round 2. Again, they're worth.
I would not have gotten 5.
All right, round 2, they're worth 2 points apiece for a total of 10 points. Here we go. TFTE means.
Thanks for the event.
Thanks for the event. STF.
Second to find.
For the ones that just can't handle not being first to find. They came up with second to find. Bot, B-O-T.
Base of tree.
All right. PAF.
Phone a friend.
Phone a friend. And number 5, GPX.
GPS exchange format.
Yep, it's a file type used by GPSRs. Excellent stuff. A little more difficult. Not quite as easy for that one. So here we go. Now, moving into the last round, round 3. Now, these points, there's 5 questions, 3 points each for a total of 15 points. And if you're adding them all up, you'll notice that there's 30 points total for the entire quiz.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go through round 3 and see how you do. These are the most difficult, in my humble opinion. So we'll see how we do on that work. I'm getting a smirky face over here from Wife Andy. All right. So first one is APE. APE. No comment from the peanut gallery.
Mana.
What does APE stand for? Number 2, UTM. What does UTM stand for? Utum. Number 3, funny way of spelling soup. SOOP. What does SOOP stand for? Number 4, egg.
That's a snack.
EGG. What is EGG? Now, do you want hard boiled or poached? I'm not quite
hard
sure.
boiled
All
for a
right.
snack.
I'm just saying. Yeah, because otherwise it just drips.
Yeah, it's ugly. It's messy.
All right. So number 4, egg, EGG. And finally, number 5, MTT, which I actually know it by another acronym, but we'll see what happens with this. So MTT for number 5. Pretty difficult. I think these will give some people some thought here. So let's go back and solve these. Again, 3 points each for round 3 for 15 total points. What does APE, APE stand for?
Alternative Primate Evolution.
Yep, back to Project AIM series of caches. UTM, very important. It's about to change greatly in the not too distant future.
Universal Transverse Mercator.
If we get to it.
Sorry.
Yep, Universal Transverse Mercator. Basically, if you look at a map and you put a grid, like grid paper, over the map, the points between each one of the squares on the grid have a certain distance to them. And so the merticators are the lines that and the points that go for that particular set of lines.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the merticators. SOOP, SOOP.
Something out of place. Describes an oddity at ground zero that hints to finding a cache.
There you go. Something's out of place. Number 4, egg, EGG.
Is easy guardrail grab.
easy guardrail grab. And then finally, number 5, MTT.
Multi-trunked tree.
Yeah, now see, for me, and I think this is actually regional because I've had other people go, I didn't know it meant that. We usually called when you had a multi-forked tree or a multi-trunk tree, that little crevice where all of them meet together at that
What's the
point
crown?
is a crown. Yes. So it depends on how they go, but again, you can put the acronym MTT for multi-trunk tree, and that'll go from there. So excellent stuff. Good questions. How did you do for all of these? How do you think?
I may have gotten 2.
Okay.
May.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
So
I would not have gotten 100%.
neither would I. So this is how this works. Total up all your scores, put them together. Now, nobody's going to sit there and go, oh my gosh, they only got a 4. I mean, don't, it's not like that. We're just curious
No
to know.
judge.
No judge. We're just curious to see how difficulty or easy that this particular quiz was for you. So what you need to do to send a gsreboot@gmail.com. In the subject line, put HeadHardHat or HHH's quiz number 12. HHH's quiz number 12 in the subject. And send us your score, your comments about the quiz, your geocaching alias, and your name and your address. And send it to us. And if you can get it to us by this upcoming Wednesday, you'll be in the drawing for next week's show on Thursday. So get them in by Wednesday at the latest next week. And somebody will win a coveted prize.
Once we figures it out.
Once we figure out what it is.
He means him.
Right. So it'll be
All
cool.
I do is sit down.
So cool prizes that we'll give away for that. And again, gsreboot@gmail.com. Subject line HHH's quiz 12. And send it to us, and we'll get you in a drawing and see if you win a very, very cool prize.
Awesome.
We love doing quizzes. Quizzes are fun. Our quizzes are fun.
I read an article, and this has nothing to do with geocaching, of course, because that's how my brain works. But I read an article from a guy who happened to be from Ireland, who visited the several, all 50 states, really.
Right.
And lived in them for a period of time.
Okay.
And he said that the American people say awesome so much so that it actually got on his nerves.
Really?
Yes.
The word awesome.
The word awesome. He said we smile at everything. And it's just
because we're gritting our teeth.
Yeah, and it makes us seem ingenuine when we're truly happy. How do you know when somebody's truly happy if they're just grinning all the time?
Well, bless their heart.
Yeah, I mean, you smile at everybody. I do it.
Yeah.
But people don't know whether or not you're truly happy. And I thought, well, the majority of the people don't really care. You smile to be polite.
Yes, actually, you really pretty much you do.
Yeah, you're not smiling because you're happy. You smile at people to greet them and say, okay, hey, how you doing? And be polite, and that's it.
Well, how refreshing would that be if you're walking down the
It was
road
very interesting.
and somebody does the normal or casual, hey, how's it going? And you just say, man, my whole life sucks.
Yeah,
FML.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I mean, people don't want to hear the truth.
They want to, they don't. They don't want to hear that your life has the issues it has. They want to hear you're fine so they can move on.
Yes. They want to hear, oh, I'm good, and keep going.
Right. Now, if it's something where it's a neighbor or somebody that you're honestly wanting to know the opinion, that's something different, but it's under a different format. If it's impersonal, it's like, and I always have this problem too. I don't know why, but when you see somebody that you're either going into a bathroom or just coming out of the bathroom, and when you actually sit there and say, how's it going while you're in the bathroom, I don't know. It just seems odd.
Yeah.
Because I don't want them to know how it's going. I'm just saying.
Yeah, well,
so
if somebody's talking to you while you're in there,
I'm just saying.
Weird. But yeah, I just found that very interesting. He said people in Ireland and other places don't do that.
Right.
And he said that the majority of the people he encountered, when they found out he's from Ireland, or he said I'm Irish or whatever, they either said, oh, awesome, me too. No,
he's from
Ireland. And then they would say something about him drinking.
Really?
Yeah. And he's like, I don't drink.
Well, that's
And they said, well, are you really Irish?
yeah. The
Really?
stereotype of
Yeah. They
whatever's
totally
going on.
stereotyped him and
Yeah.
everything. And it was just it was
Well,
a very
that's how a
intriguing
lot of
article.
people, when they
Very intriguing.
look at Americans, we all, you'd get off your plane
Yes.
and hand them a gun. I mean, it's how it is.
Yes.
It's not like that, but that's the people have those stereotypical thoughts
Yeah. And he said that it was very odd that people would carry guns.
and say
around.
awesome.
Yeah.
Carry, I mean, we're in a
Yes.
carry state here, so I'm just saying.
Yeah, he was very he was venting
Yeah.
about his experience, but I mean, he's visited here a number of times and
Right.
we'll come back. But
There you go.
yeah, it was just fascinating. I'm like, that's something to take into consideration. And I have caught myself saying awesome.
I say it all the time.
So much.
I
And was
say
like,
it
I gotta
all
get
the
that
time.
word out. I gotta get it out of there.
I blame the Miz.
Awesome.
I'm just saying. So, Miz, if you're listening, cut it down. It's too much.
It's
No.
awesome.
All right. So there you go. Lots of stuff that we had going on with that. And where are we at? We're right here, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Go for it.
You're going to do the transition thing first.
Am I? Did I
because
move it?
you had not done that yet.
I'm going to
No.
transition right now because we digress.
Yes.
Here we
sorry.
go. Mm-hmm.
That's what I do.
I'm so mesmerized by you. I don't even know where I'm at.
I know.
All right.
I have that effect
Yes.
on you.
Yes.
So your support helps keep all of the GeoSnippits Reboot shows running along. Please consider making a PayPal donation through the link on our website to support our efforts and your ongoing entertainment. From all of us at GeoSnippets, we thank you for
Absolutely.
your tolerance of my random
Or whatever
conversation.
weird stuff that we come up at any given point
Yes.
or time.
Yes.
Welcome to the show. So also, please consider,
Thank you
and
for
we
your
want to say,
patience.
we want to say thank you to. We've got a bunch of new members that are contributing to our Patreon program.
Thank you.
Thank you. So you can either go through Patreon or PayPal. Just go to geosnippits.com, click on either one of the logos, and it gives you information on how you can give several dollars, $1, whatever you can afford a month to help keep us going. Because quite frankly, we can't do it without you.
Mm-mm.
So I'm telling you.
Mm-mm.
So thank you to the people that have recently given. Thank you so much for the people that continue to give. And if you're considering it, please consider it. We greatly use the money for anything that deals with the show and literally helps keep things going. So again, for everybody, thank you so much.
It wouldn't be here if it didn't.
Nope, for being a contributing factor to the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast universe. All right, excellent stuff. Let's move on.
That was actually my transition.
Was that your transition?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So your transition behind.
Aren't I always? All right. Time for the GeoSnippits Geocaching Cash Dash. Let me explain what that is. We have
It doesn't really matter.
We have some of the best companies in the geocaching world. And quite frankly, folks, they want to tell you about the products that they provide so that you go check them out. So they send them to us, these little geocaching care packages of love
That I get.
that she gets to open up, and we look at them and go, wow, I really want this. And then we realize we can't because we give it to you fine folks.
And then he puts it in the closet.
And then it goes into the massive cash stash dungeon,
A walk-in closet.
that we keep all our stuff in.
That I'm
So,
going to organize his side of.
not touching it. Anyways, that's what we have. So we have each week a
Mana,
question. We have a question. And last week, for episode 204, wife Amy, what was the prize?
From Coins and Pins, it is a Geo Achievement set, 72 geocaches in 24 hours.
Ba-bam! These are awesome. We love Aaron when he sends us
Awesome.
these. They are very cool with emphasis.
Cool
And this is a Geo Achievement set, which means you get a fantastic Geo point and an outstanding pin that neither one is.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really hard not to say awesome. So you get this complete set for getting the question right with this. Now, by the way, we wanted to give a mention that prizes went out a couple days ago. So if you are waiting on your prize, it should be en route.
Your tracking number is Manamana.
There's a Manamana. So they should be on their way. Don't start. All right. So the thanks to Coins and Pins for donating that. We greatly appreciate it. What was the question?
Geo Woodstock 16. See, every time I see that, I have to stop and think. Will be held. Will be held in what city, state next year?
Yes. Where is Geo Woodstock next year?
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Yeah, that's right, man. We are so looking forward to that.
Oh yeah,
That is going to be such a riot. All right, so I'm going to get this going. So the way this works is very simple. I have here on my wonderful tablet, I have a random number generator that goes between 1 and the total number of correct answers that were sent in for this particular question. I also have all the emails that were sent in as well. And wife Amy, who just flipped the magic geocoin, just picked either heads or tails. Now, say if the random number was 4, it's not 4. And she does heads. That means we count down 1, 2, 3, 4 from the top. If she does tails, we count up 4 from the bottom, and it just adds a little bit of randomness to what we have with that. So, wife Amy, are we going heads down or tails up?
Tails.
Oh, you would. All right, I got to go all the way to the bottom.
You cannot argue with the magic coin.
All right, so I have to go all the way to the bottom. And let's see. And it would be, let's see what we got.
There you go.
All right. Is that legal?
Uh-huh.
All right. The winner.
He's going to be so happy.
Is Mr. Cloak and Dagger himself, Adam Schoenwald. Adam, you won that fantastic geocoin, so that's awesome.
Yay!
Way to go. Now, Adam, I'm going to need your, actually, he not only did he say where it's going to be, he actually put down the address to the amusement park it's going to be.
Overachiever.
Since you're so good at addresses, Adam, if you would be so kind as to send to GSReboot at gmail.com and put episode 204 winner and send us your address, and we will get that geocoin out to you as soon as absolutely possible for that. So again, congratulations to Cloak and Dagger, aka Adam Schoenwald, for winning.
He has to give his shiny to Burgundy.
Does he?
Yes.
I wouldn't say that because she's probably listening.
Yeah.
So
because she's as a prize for her doing her so well in Taekwondo.
Well,
she's almost at her black
I'll
belt.
let the dad decide because I know how I would be with shinies, and I might give her the proxy coin.
He loves his daughter.
I know. Ow. Oh. Thank you. Grind.
There is no limit with shinies.
No, there is not.
See?
I was just saying. So they'll have to figure it out.
Yeah.
So congratulations again to Adam. Now you might be saying to yourself, well, wait a minute. I want to win a prize. And quite frankly, you can't win if you don't play. It's very simple.
I'm not even going to tell him.
Yeah.
I'm going to make him watch the show.
There you go. To be eligible to win a prize from the Cash Dash, all you have to do is get your correct answer into us on time. For next week, for this week's show, you've got till next week, Wednesday, June 14th, 2017. You want to email it to gsreboot@gmail.com. Subject line Q1, episode 205 for this week's episode. Again, gsreboot@gmail.com. Subject Q1, episode 205. All correct answers will be put in a drawing just like you saw. Some weeks for the people in the live chat room, we have a second prize. Sorry, not tonight, but at least once a month we do a live prize for people that come in and watch the show live to get a chance at winning some goodies right then live while we record, which is always fun. All right, wife Amy, why don't we go for tonight's episode? What is the prize for episode 205?
It's from gxproxy.com. It is the orange Ground Zero flashlight.
All right, I'm going to actually take this out of the package.
Yeah, those are nice.
They're sweet,
Yeah,
sweet flashlights. I try to keep them in my car as well because they have come in handy. So I'm trying to get it out of the package here and go that round. This one is orange, and they're very, very cool. It's got the super bright LEDs here.
Mhm.
So for the side view, it's got the mini one that you can do with like just 3 LEDs on there. It's got a magnet on the back if you want to attach it to something,
And a hook.
and a hook while you're geocaching. So if you want to hang it onto a tree branch or something, this is really sweet. So I really, really enjoy these. They're a lot of very useful. And this is something you want to have as a must-have in your geocaching pack.
I
So
gotta get mine together.
again, yes, ground zero flashlight. And again, we want to thank GX Proxy for donating this as a prize.
All right. So the question is, what geocaching container, which usually has the following measurements: 5 inches by 3 inches by 2.5 inches, or for our metric friends, 100 millimeters by 70 millimeters by 45 millimeters. It is waterproof, dustproof, and virtually indestructible.
So what is this
that
container
container?
called? And again, I'll read it for wife Amy on that. What geocaching container, which usually has the following measurements of 5 inches by 3 inches by 2.5 inches, or 100 millimeters by 70 millimeters by 45 millimeters. It is waterproof, dustproof, and virtually indestructible. What is this container? Get your answers into us by next week, and you get that chance at a really, really, really cool prize. So good luck to everybody, and we will see how they do next week.
Mhm.
All right, excellent. Let's wrap this puppy up. All right, we want to absolutely thank each and every one of you for stopping on by and watching or listening to us on our podcast or watching us live as we record this. Let us know what you think about tonight's episode. Was this quiz too easy? I mean, I know we did just acronyms, but
they're still hard.
they're
sometimes.
still hard sometimes. So was this easy, hard? Would you like to see other ones? Let us know. If you've got a doozy acronym that you want us to add to the next time we do a quiz, send them in to us. Send them in to gsreboot@gmail.com, and we'll include it into that. Please consider becoming a patron of our show. Thank you to all the ones that are patrons. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And finally, the best thing that you could possibly do for us, tell other geocachers about our show. Next time you go to an event or next time you meet up with some other geocachers, just say, hey, listen to what I heard about on GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast, and tell them what they are so that they can come and join the rest of us from geocachers all around the world each and every week. We would greatly, greatly appreciate it. All right, wife Amy, wrap it up.
I want to thank you to our sponsors, gxproxy.com and coinsandpins.com, plus our amazing patrons. Thanks to Andy HeadHardHat Smith, and thanks to everyone watching in the chat room. Please keep those comments coming in, y'all. We'll see you next time.
Absolutely. Special thanks to the one, the only, wife Amy. And yeah, lots of other stuff coming up. If you got suggestions that you want for us to discuss certain things about geocaching, please send them in to us at gsreboot@gmail.com. We love having you tell us the type of things you want us to talk about. It makes it a lot easier than just kind of guessing. So thank you so much for that. All right, folks, that's it for another edition of the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. And as we always like to say to all you fine folks, we'll see you out on the trails, folks. Bye-bye. Please be sure to join us each and every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for another episode of the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast, right here on the GeoSnippits website at www.geosnippits.com. The video version of our show is available on YouTube. The audio version is available on iTunes, Stitcher, Blueberry, the Tech Podcast Network, Google Play, and many of your favorite podcatchers. We love hearing from our viewers and listeners, so please leave your feedback by emailing us at gsreboot@gmail.com. Visit us through our social media sites, or contact us via our voicemail line at 919-341-9519, or use our website Send Voicemail tab. GeoSnippits Reboot is a HeadHardHat production and is produced by Amy and Andy Smith. This show is copyright 2017 by Andrew T. Smith. All rights reserved. Mana. 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 And you thought I didn't know. Mana. Have a good one, folks. Mana.